Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of... That's right, we're back once again to frequent the greatest website in the world, Discogs, and we will be randomizing my vinyl collection and whatever items it pulls up. Those are the albums that I am going to talk about. Got it? Cool. Let's do it. As usual, I am recording my screen so you can see the action as it happens. All right, here we go. Random item. Now I'm super stoked because we haven't been getting near enough 12-inch maxi singles, and I love talking about those, and also not enough hip hop. We got both. 3-6 Mafia, Poppin' My Collar, on the B-side, Pussy Got You Hooked. And both these songs are from their 2005 album, Most Known Unknown. Was that from 2005? This 12-inch maxi single is from 2005. And for 12-inch maxi singles, I just love them in general. But for hip-hop, I love them even more because there's usually all sorts of different versions of one song, and this one is no different. So let's take a look at it, and we'll look at what's on both sides of this 12-inch maxi single. A total of 6 tracks. So there you go. There's the label. Not really anything special, but on side 1, we've got Poppin' My Collar, the clean album version. Gotcha Hooked, featuring Remy Ma. I'm assuming that means it's clean because it's just called Gotcha Hooked. And Poppin' My Collar, instrumental. Flipping it over, Poppin' My Collar, explicit album version. Pussy Got You Hooked, explicit album version. And last but not least, because you needed it, the Pussy Got You Hooked instrumental. So there you go. And Poppin' My Collar is such a fucking great song. There's a lot of bangers on that Most Known Unknown album, and this one's one of my favorites. I just get a big kick out of the hip-hop 12-inch maxi single with all the different versions. They're just fun to throw on. And there's a part of me that I have a little bit of a fantasy, and I know it probably will never happen, but I would like to be the DJ that shows up with the 12-inch records and spins it like at a Sunday afternoon barbecue, and everybody's a little bit drunk and a little bit high, and I, throw on some 3-6 Mafia. I can dream, can't I? Anyway, 3-6 Mafia, Poppin' My Collar. That was a fun start. Let's see where we go from here. Random item. Holy shit, another 12-inch maxi single, this time from Megadeth, the Hangar 18 12-inch maxi single. Look at that fucking artwork. That is rad. Obviously from the album Rust in Peace, but this 12-inch maxi single came out in 1991, and it's got 4 tracks on it: Hangar 18, Hangar 18 Live, The Conjuring Live, and Hook and Mouth Live. And if you look at the cover, it says, includes free life-size Vic Rattlehead mask. And it does. There you go, look at that. I obviously, I'm not gonna cut it out of this, but if I wanted to, I could have a life-size, Vic. Okay. And then on the other side of the gatefold, it's got the lyrics to Hangar 18. Let's take a look at the record. Capitol Records. Nothing fancy there, but I really do like that sort of basic Capitol Records label. Looks very nice. And all 3 live tracks were recorded at a Clash of the Titans show at Wembley Arena. And yeah, that's pretty fucking cool right there. All of that, plus this killer Ed Repka artwork, and you've got one hell of a 12-inch maxi single right here. Megadeth, Hangar 18. All right, Discogs gods, please grant me an entire 12-inch maxi single show. I'm not gonna fudge with this. Whatever happens, happens, but I'm just throwing that energy out there. Let's do it. Random item. All right, so not a 12-inch maxi single, but an EP that's almost just as good. The Gimme Danger EP from Bullet La Volta. If you don't know who Bullet La Volta is, they were a lesser-known alternative rock, sometimes a little heavier on that side of things, band from Boston, Massachusetts. And this was their 1990 EP that I think followed their first full length, which came out in '89, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just, there you go. There's a little live shot of them on the back. To me, there's a handful of like really good sort of alternative rock bands that are a little more on the aggressive side of things that I think are really, really fucking great and really underappreciated, and Bullet Volta is one of those bands. This has a couple studio tracks and a few live tracks, one of which is a cover of Detroit Rock City by Kiss. Let's take a look at the vinyl. So once again, a very basic, black and white label here. This is also, an independent release as well, so can't expect a whole lot. Not a whole lot to add about this. They're a great band. If you're interested, I would suggest starting with their last album, which is called Swan Dive. That one, I believe, was in 1992, and then they split up soon after that. I don't think they have reunited or done anything since then. I might be wrong. But great killer EP from a lesser known, should be more known band, Bullet Volta. All right, 2 more to go. I'm really digging how this is going so far, so come on, Discogs, don't let me down. Random item. All right, so our first full-length release, but also the only release from this virtually unknown Belgian thrash band. This is Gangs and Victims by Decadence from 1989, and there you go. There's the 4 guys in Decadence on the back there. This is a really great example of a thrash album that I would only recommend to you if you're just cool with anything thrash no matter what, because it's very straightforward. The vocals are very unremarkable, and it's just, if you like thrash, then you're going to be into this. But if you're very picky about your thrash, you may think it's not really that great, and it might make sense why they only made 1 album. But I'm that kind of thrash collector, especially the old school stuff, where I'm just like, no, I need to have this. So this is on Justice Records, which is also a label that I don't fucking know. And a little, what's going on in that label? Is that a tree? Some yellow and a shadow of a tree. Anyway, it's about as interesting as my description of the actual content of the album. Now, as much as I love, the Ed Repka artwork, or the really, really, really well done artwork that's like considered classic at this point, I also love artwork like this, where there's something about it that's so not quite right that I 100% love this album cover. And to be fair, it fits the album very well, in my opinion. I'm sure you can find this album in full somewhere on YouTube if you're interested. But yeah, the one and only release from the Belgian thrash band, Decadence. This has been a killer episode, folks. So let's wrap it up with something good. Here we go. Random item. The second and last album from the LA punk hardcore thrash band Wasted Youth. This is they're an interesting band. I mean, once again, we've got some more really fucking great artwork, but this one, watch this one. This one actually continues on the other side like that. Look at that. Look at that. Fuck yeah. But yeah, Wasted Youth, like, this is from 1988, and their previous album was from 1981, and they were way more like hardcore punk. And then, like a lot of bands in the late 80s, they got a little thrashy. And so this is less hardcore punk, although I guess you could call it more crossover, but it's a fucking fun album. Let's take a look at the record here. GWR Records, but if you look, it does say marketed by Roadrunner. And a bit of a different label on the other side. GWR, I don't know anything about the label. I believe they're a UK label, which is interesting because this band is from LA, and this pressing of the album is from the Netherlands. There is a US pressing, but Somehow I stumbled across the one from the Netherlands, but that's just how it happens sometimes. Fun fact, the drummer on this particular album is Mr. Joey Castillo, who I think would play with Danzig and some other groups, but I believe for a while, maybe still, he was the drummer of Queens of the Stone Age. But yeah, he's the drummer on this. As for the album itself, it's crossover-ish, it's fun, it's fast, it's energetic. Check it out. Wasted Youth, Black Days. Did I say the name of the album already? It's Black Days. D-A-Z-E. All right, there you go. Hell yeah. That was a great episode of Record Roulette, if I may say so myself. Some 12-inch maxi singles, some lesser-known stuff. People, this is the stuff from my collection that I love to talk about. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all again very soon.